a new finding concerning the mantle rock of Yellowstone supervolcano. The super-eruptions of Yellowstone have been found to extend to northern California. That's where the mantle rock extends to. This is according to San Diego State University by Padma Nagapan. Victor Camp spent a lifetime studying volcanic eruptions all over the world, starting in Saudi Arabia, then Iran, and eventually the Pacific Northwest. The geology lecturer finds mantle plumes that feed the hotspots, that feed the largest of these eruptions, and they're fascinating because of their massive size and the impact they can have on our world environment. Now, over the past 2 years, this abiding interest helped him connect the dots and discover that the mantle source rock that rises upwards from beneath Yellowstone National Park to feed its periodic super-eruption also spreads out west all the way not only to Idaho but into Northern California and Oregon, where we have Mount St. Helens, all the Cascade volcanoes, starting with in Canada, Franklin Glacier Park, Mount Meager, Mount Kalen, Mount Garibaldi, Mount Baker, Mount Glacier Peak in Washington, Mount Rainier, Mount Adams, and then in Oregon, Mount Hood, Mount Jefferson, Three Sisters, Newberry Volcano, Crater Lake, Medicine Lake Volcano, of course, Mount Shasta, Lassen Peak in Northern California, and all these are considered high-threat volcanoes. So all this has to do with the mantle plume from Yellowstone. So he connected the dots, discovering the mantle source rock rising upwards from underneath Yellowstone National Park, and it feeds its periodic super-eruptions and also spreads west all the way to Northern California, Oregon. On its westward journey, it acts as a catalyst for fairly young, meaning less than 2 million year old volcanic eruptions at places such as Craters of the Moon in Idaho and the preserves in Idaho before reaching Medicine Lake Volcano in northeast tip of California, close to the Oregon border. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. These lines end at Medicine Lake, an active volcano near Mount Shasta, and at Newberry Volcano, an active volcano about 20 miles south of Bend, Oregon. This discovery is significant because it reveals how mantle plumes, similar to the one under Yellowstone, behave as they feed the majority of the world's largest volcanic eruptions of basaltic lava, including the ones in Hawaii. So if anybody starts saying that the mantle plume under Yellowstone is not connected to the Cascade volcanoes, Northern California volcanoes, let's keep in mind that it is connected. Now, since the plume is not controlled by plate tectonics, it can rise and emerge anywhere on Earth depending on where it manages to break through the Earth's surface, Camp said. So knowing this will help us understand super-eruptions that have occurred before and those that will occur in the future. The results of his self-funded study were published in the journal Geology. Mantle plumes are composed of very hot, low-density mantle rock, and mantle is one of the 3 major layers of planet Earth, and we live on the Earth's crust, the thinnest layer. The mantle is the second densest layer that extends from about 62 miles below the Earth's surface all the way down to about 1,680 miles. And further down is the core of the Earth, comprised mostly of iron mixed with a few other elements. Mantle plumes are technically mantle rock, but because they are hotter and more buoyant than surrounding mantle, they rise in a plume-like form, buoyant. Now, when the Yellowstone plume first reached the base level of the North American tectonic plate, it was blocked by the rigidity of the cold plate base, which acted as a barrier. And at this depth of about 100 kilometers, the plume began to decompress and melt while simultaneously spreading laterally towards the west. The mantle rock that Camp traced to California took many millions of years to move out west. What's interesting is that the source of the mantle rock under Yellowstone today originated at the core mantle boundary, geographically centered near present-day San Diego. It's all the way down south, but very deep beneath the Earth's surface we reside on, and took a circuitous route through different regions of the mantle before it rose up underneath the Yellowstone volcano. Camp sourced seismic tomography images similar to X-rays and CT scans, computerized tomography scans that is, that show how the mantle plume ascended, and he analyzed field data as well as published chemistry and age data on volcanic rocks at the surface to demonstrate its westward flow. This was by the San Diego State University, and it's on phys.org. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support.